What's up guys? Today we're playing some Esper Reanimator featuring Archon of Cruelty. So usually when you think of Esper Reanimator, you think of Goryo's Vengeance. This version is still playing that core list, but we're getting rid of some of the clunky cards like Atraxa and Brand and replacing them with Archon of Cruelty. So with Esper Goryos, you have Goryo's Vengeance and you're trying to reanimate Atraxa, Brand. Sometimes you draw the Goryos and you can't reanimate anything else because it has to be legendary. For this version, we have Persist. So we're trying to persist Archon, which is the best case scenario, but sometimes you can persist Solitude, Quantum Riddler, Emperor of Bones, Psychic Frog. You can persist whatever you want. The downside is that it's a sorcery, so there's no end-step Goryos trying to cheese your opponent. So other than the Atraxa Goryo switch, the main deck is pretty similar. We have our Ephemerates that go really well with Solitude, Quantum Riddler, Archon, and then Emperor of Bones if you want to reset that. Thoughtseize for hand disruption, Emperor of Bones to help with that Reanimator plan, and it eats the opponent's graveyards as well. Persist for Archon and all your creatures, Faithful Mending to bin the Archon so that way we can get them back. Psychic Frog, just a great mid-range plan, also a discard outlet. And then we have the new Quantum Riddler, which just acts as a mid-range plan. Ideally, you want to warp this on turn 3 and then ephemerate it, so that way you can draw 2 cards and just have a 4/6 body. Solitude with Ephemerate, just amazing removal, pending for that early interaction, and then your Archon of Cruelty. For the sideboard, we have our usual 4 of Consigned Memory for Eldrazi decks, combo decks, Surgical for graveyard decks. Most graveyard decks right now are combo decks, so I like Surgical Extraction just to hit like an Archon or an Atraxa, or just like one big creature. Damping Sphere for combo decks, Pest Control for Affinity or Energy, Purge for red and black decks, Teferi and Mystical Dispute for control decks, Subtlety for big mana, and then Wrath of the Skies for board wipes. So that's just a quick overview of Esper Reanimator featuring Archon of Cruelty in Modern. Before we get into the video, I want to quickly talk to you guys about becoming a YouTube channel member. You'll get access to a lot of cool perks like loyalty badges, cool emotes, and early access to videos like this one. Also, we are a Mana Traders content creator, so if you want to save up to 25% on your first subscription, all of that information is in the description below. So if you want to see more Modern content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and let's get in the gameplay. All right, match 1 on the draw, and we're going to keep this hand. We have a turn 1 pending if we need it. We have turn 2 Bones into Riddler Ephemerate, so really nice start. They go Arid Mesa into another Ephemerate, so we'll just Surveil turn 1. Solitude, I'm going to keep this on top. Arid Mesa makes me think maybe Energy, and Solitude's really good against Energy. Same with Pending and Ephemerate and all that. Hopefully it's not Storm. They Surveil, keep a card on top. Inspiring Vantage, some type of burn? Come on, double creature. Lava Spike, okay. So I guess we're gonna Pending here and Surveil. I haven't seen Grim Lavamancer in forever. Solitude worse, but I don't want to let them untap with it. Could also Solitude Ephemerate just to have a 3/2 lifelinker. Bolt Wave, down to 14. Skewer. If they tap out, I'm actually just going to do that. Skewer again, 1 card in hand. Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna do that now then. We're gonna go get a Plains. But then we don't have any blue mana for the Ephemerate. I really don't want to fetch shock. I think I'm just going to bite the bullet here. It's just because we're using the Ephemerate, so we're just going to Ephemerate and not have blue mana and not have Ephemerate for this, but gain 3 life back I think is important, especially because they're tapped out. Draw another Solitude. We'll attack. Guess we could have played Bones and eaten something, but it's not going to matter. Play Bones and pass. They have 2 cards in hand. I'm assuming one's going to go out the Solitude. They just Rift Bolt it. Okay. And they just concede. Interesting. Alright, so we're up against Burn. The only thing we really have is Purge. We do have 4 Faithful Mending, which is really sweet. If we can get a quick Archon, we're set. They didn't really see what we're on. They're going to just assume we're Reanimator, though. But we'll get rid of, I think, just 1 Riddler for Purge and try that. You could maybe bring in Subtlety, but it's not the greatest. We're going to keep this hand because we have the Faithful Mending and all of this. I think this is fine. Keep. Also, there's a reason to keep in Thoughtseize, just like you're spending 2 mana to get rid of their 3 burn spell, so we just need lands. We're going to Surveil for lands. Another Faithful Mending, really good. It's good they didn't have a turn 1 play also. Elegant Parlor. They do keep it on top. Inspiring Vantage. Lava Spike. We'll Surveil. I think I'm going to get Archive here. Really need that land. Riddler to the graveyard. Ugh, we brick. Alright, we're just going to pass then. They bolt us. Discard Persist. Yeah, I think this is a fine keep on the draw with a Surveil land. They have Whirling Vortex. So they must have just top decked that. We need a land to main deck Faithful Mending. We miss. Alright, I guess game 3. Unlucky. So we'll just run it back. See if we can actually hit our second land on the play. The mana is really awkward. We can turn 1, tap Sink, turn 2 Frog, discard, then they kill Bones maybe. I think we can try it. Again, relying on Emperor and Archon. You could mulligan maybe once looking for like a better Archon or Faithful Mending hand. But we're going to play this tapped Swift Spear. Another Bones. I'm gonna shock this in, play Psychic Frog. Maybe they'll waste the burn spell on this. Vortex. Sucks they have it both games. See if they attack. They do not. Maybe we can find a Persist. Oh, we find Pending. So play Plains. We're gonna Pending the Vortex. Pretty good pickup. And I think I'm just gonna pass. If they want to use a burn spell on this, I'm fine with that. Another Swift Spear. Lava Spike. So now we definitely want to draw a land. Land just kind of wins the game here. They get in with both. Discard Archon. Discard Psychic Frog. Go to 11. Come on, land. Play Marsh Flats. Get the Swamp. Play Emperor of Bones. Move to combat. Eat the Archon. Activate. Put Archon into play. Oh, they discard Skullcrack. Attack with both. And that's game. Nice. Alright, match 2 on the draw again. This is a one-lander. Last time we kept a one-lander, we didn't find the second land. I feel like this hand's not good enough just as a one-lander alone. In the blind, we probably throw this back. If we were up against a combo deck, this would be really good. Let's mulligan. Alright, well, it's another one-lander, but we're not going to go to 5. Get rid of I guess Quantum. That feels bad. They bobble, targeting themselves. They don't like what they see, so they fetch it away. Probably for like a Tameo or DRC. Faithless Looting. So this is going to be Grixis. Oh, Vivi. Okay. We find the Ephemerate. So I kind of want to Thoughtseize here. It sucks because we're not going to get to find a land, but if we can snag a Cauldron, I think we're being a good spot. So that's Water Grave. It'll slow them down too. FOMO and Prof. So like Fear, we can Solitude, but they do get the loot. This we can't really interact with without Prismatic Ending. I think I'm going to take the FOMO. If I had another white card and more mana to know that we could like Solitude Ephemerate something, they're just going to play a land and play Profs most likely though. The goal is to kill the creatures so that way Profs doesn't really do anything. Okay, they play the Profs. And they draw Bauble for turn. Come on, land. Land for Bones to eat Vivi would be really good. They bubble us. Ugh, God. Alright, well, we can't even Thoughtseize them because we know they have just lands in hand. And I guess a mystery card they drew. These mulligans have been pretty unfortunate. But again, I stand by, like, not going down to 5. Maybe we were greedy by not surveilling, but if they slam a Cauldron there and we have no way to interact with it, it's kind of annoying. But I guess we could just kill their creatures. They have a mountain they drew for turn also. They flashback looting. See if they discard lands. They discard Mesa and Steam Vents. So their hand is a land, 3 mystery cards that we're going to say. Yeah, super unlucky. Mako and FOMO. Take the FOMO. They'll play the Mako, and then we can Pending it if we can ever draw a land, or we'll just have to Solitude. Play Mako. Shock and Steam Vents. What did they top deck? They top decked Winter Night Stories. That's really good. Alright, so they draw a bunch. Mako's a 6/6. Come on, land. Fetch land, please. This is insane. Insane. Now we'd have to, like, waste a Solitude on this. I guess we pass. I'm trying to think, like, I don't think they run any counters. So let's just let them kind of do their thing. Maybe they think this is going to survive. It's pretty unfortunate, though. Actually, you know what? We should kill this so that way they can't harmonize. There's a Vivi. Yeah, this is all kinds of unfortunate. So, like, what's more threatening, this or this? Can we take 6? They're going to harmonize and draw a bunch of cards and do this. So let's just, so that way they can't do that. All right, so Mako is Solituded. Now they have Looting. Yeah, if we don't draw a land next turn, we'll probably just scoop because this is some bull. They get to put the stuff on here. They could flashback Looting with Vivi, depending on what's in their hand. Wow, they drew Soul Cauldron too. So they can eat the Vivi and do it again, but they have no cards in hand. They flashback Winter Night Stories. I'm trying to think what we could draw that would even matter at this point. Even if we draw a land, we play Bones, does nothing. We need like a Solitude for this, I guess. They flashback Winter Night Stories. DRC. I do draw the Solitude, but now they can just put the +1/+1 counter on here. Yeah, unlucky. Alright, so against Vivi, we want Surgicals, we want Damping Sphere, we want Dispute, maybe Wraths. Wrath might be a little overkill. Let's say if we want these 5, what would we take out? Emperor Bones is good against their graveyard. Mending just fills our graveyard. They're a pretty linear deck, but they can like pop off turn 3. I think Riddler's less good. We need Solitude, Ephemerate for their creatures. Maybe like a Mending down, Thoughtseize. They just have so much redundancy, it like doesn't really matter. Maybe like a Frog, and we'll try that. On the play for game 2. Double Archon, Thoughtseize, Solitude. This hand sucks. We're gonna mulligan. Okay, we have 2 lands. Definitely gonna keep. Put back a Psychic Frog. Lead off on the Surveil land. I'll keep a land on top. We're gonna need it for maybe Bones activation in 1 turn. Mountain, Looting, Mako. So we'll play the land, get a Water Grave, and we will play the Psychic Frog. We'll see if they have removal for it. Again, ideally, we'd like to Emperor Archon in 1 turn, but we need 4 mana for that. They're going to Shock in Steam Vents, FOMO. So this will get a counter. They discard Faithless Looting, no attacks. And draw the land, pretty good. So I want to Warp Riddler, and then I'm going to Surveil with Marsh Flats. Maybe we can draw the... Okay, I was going to say, maybe we can draw the Ephemerate here, but we did not. So we're just going to pass again. Next turn, we'll just do the thing. Hopefully they tap out. Scalding Tarn. I mean, it'd be cool if they just flash back looting. They don't have Blood Moon, right? Winter Night Stories, okay. So this is going to get a bunch of counters, but they're going to have to sack both creatures, so it's going to be whatever. They don't have Delirium yet, so this only attacks once. No attacks, love it. Let's get Meticulous Archive. Ephemerate. Oh man, if we could Ephemerate the Archon, that'd be sick. I'll say Graveyard for now. Pending. Let's discard Archon. Cast Emperor. Move to combat. Emperor. Eat Archon. Activate Emperor. Trigger. Get rid of a creature. Attack. Get rid of the other creature. Move to combat. And they concede. Alright, much better showing when we draw more than one land. So Wrath of Skies is pretty tempting here. I just don't know what we take out. Like all the Riddlers? Maybe Riddler's just like too slow here. But Wrath of Skies is kinda slow. But it could be awesome. Let's try. Let's try Wrath, take out Riddlers, see if that does anything. Oh, actually, we should bring in... we didn't bring in Purge. That's my bad. Pending, Solitude. Pending slows things down a lot. Let's try it. But yeah, we should definitely have Celestial Purge. I was so focused on bringing in the Wrath of Skies. Yeah, turn 1 creature, we just kill it. We're just pending it. That's fine. Get a Hallowed Fountain here. Or white-black. We'll get a Godless Shrine, because we can always shock this in and play Psychic Frog if we need. So a pending here. I know it can be weird because we have the Solitudes, but I don't want to pitch Solitude here when we have at least 2 pendings. They cycle Street Wraith, Faithless Looting, Street Wraith land into Mesa. Do they have a 1-mana play or are they going to Surveil? They're shocking in Steam Vent, so it looks like they do. Another Faithless Looting, wow. Okay, so we get to just slam Psychic Frog, pitching Bauble land. They've seen 15 cards already, wow. Emperor of Bones. We have nothing to discard to Frog, unfortunately. That would be pretty sick. We'll bolt that in, play Psychic Frog. Hopefully this can get in for some damage. We can draw some cards before they do anything. Blue for Cauldron. And they just pass. They pitched all the mana and they didn't draw a 3rd land. So we get to pending this. We draw Damping Sphere, actually. Let's attack first. So we draw another Emperor. So let's Undercity, Ephemerate. So we have Solitude Ephemerate if we want that. I don't think we need that right now. That could be awesome. They have nothing in the graveyard to eat either. Do we want this Ephemerate? Because they need creatures to win. So having Solitude Ephemerate is just amazing. I think I'm going to say yes. And then I'm going to pending the Cauldron. Or do we just play Damping Sphere? Because they eat something. Yeah, let's just play Damping Sphere. They're stuck on mana, so I think getting this out should be like pretty awesome. They eat the pending. We'll get rid of Soul Cauldron eventually once we like want to do graveyard stuff. DRC. And just pass. Alright, there's the Ephemerate. So let's pitch a Solitude. Eat DRC. Then we'll Ephemerate. I don't think they have removal. We'll see. They just couldn't cast more than one thing. Attack with Frog. I don't think we have to discard any of this. I'd like a land. No land. And then we'll pass. So we have Ephemerate in exile, so if they play a creature, it's just going to get exiled, so they kind of have to take the turn off to do that. They play Mako, so it's just going to get Solituded again. Rebound, target Solitude. Solitude, eat Mako. We do draw the land. Let's play Emperor, because we can only play one thing. Emperor, we'll just eat their Faithless Looting. Attack, Frog connects, and find a Thoughtseize. Alright, we'll just pass. We'll look to Surveil. They eat Ephemerate. Still stuck on 2 lands with the Damping Sphere out. Not very good for them. No plays. Man, they bend. Scalding Tarn, Arid Mesa, Island too. Hopefully we don't Surveil like an Archon into the yard. Get an Archive. Okay, we're going to keep that on top. That would have been an amazing Surveil if they didn't have the Cauldron, but we're just going to, I guess, pending this now. And then we'll discard Archon, do the Emperor thing. They eat the land. Soul Cauldron goes down. Psychic Frog. Discard Archon. Move to combat. Do the Emperor of Bones thing. Activate. They don't have removal. Archon lands. And that's game. Just a lot of mana issues for both of us here. Oh, Orvar. Love that. That's what they're sitting on. Okay. That's actually really funny because we just get to sack Emperor. Usually this is like a 1-for-1, but it's like not a big deal here. So we're going to sack Solitude. It's not going to matter. Discard Mending. And then they concede. But we attack with Archon. They have to sacrifice it. And then they just die anyway. Pretty funny they have the Orvar. Alright, match 3 on the play. God, another 1-lander. Really amazing hand, though. We have the Archon, we have the Persist. I'm gonna try it. If we lose this time, it's because of me and being greedy, but it's just so good. Turn 1, Surveil, into a land. Turn 2, we get the Frog, discard Archon. Turn 3, Persist. If we had a white card, I'd feel a bit better because we could slow the game down that way, but we'll see. It's hard not to keep these greedy hands, but you probably shouldn't. Spire Bluff Canal. Oh no, it's Affinity. Yeah, if we had a white card to pitch for this, let's surveil. Should wait just to kind of like keep some stuff secretive, but Thoughtseize to the graveyard. Let's see how much they have here. Oh my god, they have the main deck Tormod's Crypt. Ah, that's so unfortunate. And we miss on the land. Oh no. Alright, well, that sucks. This all revolves around drawing a land and being able to do that turn 3, but not with this and missing the land drop. Brutal. They get him for 3. We miss on the land again. Ugh. Alright. I'm off it. You could take a couple more turns, but that's whatever. So we have Wrath Disguise against Affinity. We have Pest Control. We have these 3. Take out like a Thoughtseize, Riddler, maybe Emperor, and try that. Oh, I guess we want this also. We want the Mystical Dispute. Take out a Mending. Alright, on the play for game 2. And we will keep this. We can lead off on a Surveil land. Turn 2, we can, I guess, Thoughtseize. Yeah, this hand's not the greatest, actually. It's like fine. Hopefully the Archive can find us something decent. Like maybe we can bid an Archon for turn 2, lead off on an Archive. Land, I'm gonna say no. We're gonna need lands eventually, but I think we'll find them hopefully. See if they have the nuts again. Bauble. Okay, no Pinnacle, that's good. Double Ornithopter, Mishra's Bauble, Spire Bluff. So they do have a counter up. So even if we went for it, we wouldn't have probably gotten it. I'm fine with just surveilling. Faithful Mending. Alright, well now I guess we just Faithful Mending. We'll just pass the turn and do this at the end of their next turn. There's a Saga. Might save the pendings for the constructs. We already pitched the Watery Grave, so we can't get that. So let's get Godless Shrine. Cast Mending. They're gonna, wow, are gonna counter this. Okay, surprising. Maybe they're afraid of an Archon. Play Delta. We'll Thoughtseize. See if they have like a Kappa, Lava Spur Boots, and Opal. It's tempting to take the Opal, but we're gonna take the Boots. Again, we could also Riddler here, but I'm just gonna Surveil, I think. Because if we can Surveil an Archon into the yard, we'll feel pretty good. And they just have Island Opal, and they're gonna be relying on these constructs that we're gonna kill. They play the Island. So they have Opal Mystery card. They drew something. They're considering casting. We could also Surveil into Wrath Disguise, which would be hilarious. Polluted Delta, Crack, get the Sewers. Hoping for something good. They'd even take an Ephemerate. Land, I'll say no. Mystical Dispute, not good enough. Let's Warp. We'll hold up Ephemerate and Mystical Dispute here. Find a land. And I guess we'll pass. Just not drawing well. They make a construct. Curious if they get... They don't have the boots, so I'm curious if they just get Tormod's Crypt or Shadow Spear. Probably Tormod's Crypt just to be safe. And then we have pending for that if we need it. Wow, they're floating mana. They must have drawn Kappa. Oh no! I skipped through, I guess if they needle this. Okay, yeah, I guess I wasn't paying attention. I accidentally F6 through the Urza Saga thing. Cranial Plating. Damn, alright, I messed that up. I was looking at my other screen. Alright, they equip. Get him for 12. They thought cast. I guess we could have disputed that. Oh man. Yeah, I was looking at my other screen, not paying attention, and that's what you get. They play Steam Vents. Alright, what do we draw? Flooded Strand. Yeah, we didn't even draw anything anyway, so wouldn't have mattered, but pretty funny. Alright, final match on the draw, and we're up against Amulet. They play Amulet turn 1. We have the Solitude if we need it. Faithful Mending. I'm gonna Thoughtseize turn 1. You could play the Surveil land, but if they have like Amulet, Bounce Land, Titan, we just lose. Damn. Okay, well they have the Titan, they have Summoner's Pact, they have the Lotus Field, so they can Aftermath Analyst. I'm trying to think if I want to take the Titan or the Pact. Pact either gets Titan or Analyst. Titan just does the thing. Let's take Titan. I don't think they're gonna Aftermath here. Pretty sure not, right? I think that's the right take. Will they copy Urza Saga? They're just gonna have so much mana with all these amulets. And we're gonna have to take a turn off to Surveil. Draw another Thoughtseize, pretty funny. Quantum Riddler to the graveyard. I mean, I guess we're just gonna take the Summoner's Pact now. They draw Gruul Turf. Okay, so they have nothing in hand. So they're on pure top deck mode. Their hand is this and a mystery card. Gruul Turf. I mean, they can start making constructs. Oh no, they're making a bunch of mana. Did they top deck the Titan? Oh, they just make a construct. Okay. Into another Urza Saga. Oh, Rumble. They find the Analyst. I'm assuming that's what they're going to take. Yeah, they can actually just like beat us down with constructs unless we draw Ephemerate. Alright, they choose the Analyst. Oh, they play the Analyst. Okay, so we're just going to exile that. They mill nothing important. That's good for us because they could have played it and play the plains. Start by Faithful Mending. Maybe we can find a Ephemerate and eat all these. Faithful Mending. Find the Persist. Wow, okay, so Archon. And I guess Hallowed Fountain, because it will just persist next turn. I'm just thinking like we could Emperor of Bones and get in for a bunch also with 4 mana. That's tempting. We definitely need the Solitude now. So we could just pitch the land, and then if we top deck the land, we can bones. If we don't, we just persist. Or we could ditch the persist, and then just bones next turn. But if they top deck a Titan, we're gonna want the Emperor. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. We'll see if this is wrong or not, but we'll see. Gonna try to go for the one-shot play, because they're gonna have like unlimited mana. This is 9 mana with Lotus Field. So if they top deck something, we probably lose. But the Vesuva's in the graveyard already. And the Mirror Pool's in the graveyard. Okay, cool. They get him for 4. So we should be good now. Hallowed Fountain. I guess the only reason to keep the Persist is Archon sticks around, but we still have the Emperor Bones. So let's cast Emperor. Move to combat. Emperor. Eat the Archon. Activate. And they're going to just pitch most of their cards. They pitch a Vestige. Attack. Probably going to just save Lotus Field in hand. No, just kidding. Oh man, we have the Ephemerate too if we had extra mana. We can always Ephemerate Emperor Bones actually. But this is going to be exiled. Alright, they're at 9. Yeah, again, that's maybe something to consider is Archon doesn't stick around, but I just didn't know what they were going to have. Oh no. See if they top deck and murder us. But we can always Ephemerate Emperor. Oh, they're just making constructs, okay. We can Ephemerate, oh, we can just pending this also. Splunking. So we can pending the constructs, we can Ephemerate Emperor Bones, eat Solitude, Quantum Riddler. Alright, yeah, they just made a construct. Wow, we draw the Quantum Riddler. Okay. Pending here. I want to draw as many cards as possible. I tapped poorly, but fortunately we drew a land. So we're going to shock and Godless Shrine. I meant to tap here and then Ephemerate in response, so that would we draw 2, but it's fine. So Ephemerate, now we'll draw 2. Definitely could have been a lot better. Emperor of Bones. They have so much mana, it doesn't matter. I want to eat their Mirror Pool. Attack for 4, and then we'll just pass. This sticks around at least. They play the Forest. Ice Till. Okay, that was the draw for turn. So they can play lands from their graveyard, but fortunately, it won't matter. So rebound happens. We could actually Ephemerate Emperor of Bones. Yeah, let's do that. Draw the Solitude. Play the land. So we can move to combat, and then just eat Quantum Riddler. Eat Quantum. Activate Emperor. And there you go. Alright, so we're up against Titan. Wrath is pretty solid. Damping Sphere is pretty solid. Pest Control against their Amulets is pretty good. Consign's pretty solid. Subtlety's really good. What's not good against them? Pending's good against their Amulets. I think Riddler's honestly slow. Definitely want Damping Sphere. Definitely want Subtlety. Probably Wrath. Again, they have Sagas. They have Amulets. This also kills their constructs. They're in that plan. But then what do we want to take out? Like a Mending, maybe too slow. Like an Emperor. I don't know. Is Pest Control worth it? I'll say no this time and we'll see. Thoughtseize into Faithful Mending. We'll try it on the draw. This should slow them down. This should help us find something. Yeah, turn 1 Amulet. We also have Solitude to pitch if we need it. Psychic Frog. Let's shock this in. Thoughtseize. Oh, they have the Dismember. So how much do we care about Dismember over Prime Time? Because we're going to play Psychic Frog turn 2. This can also go get a Titan if they need or something else. I'll take the Dismember. I think that's fine. I don't know. You guys let me know if that's stupid. Their hand's pretty terrible. And they only need 1 Titan to go off, but we do have the Solitude for that single Titan, so maybe it's correct to take that. They need blue mana to transmute. They just need to bounce land, honestly. They play Saga. Find Emperor. Let's play Frog, though. See if they play Teleria West tapped or not. It wouldn't stay tapped, but they could just play that and start making constructs. There's this Cave. Okay. So they have a 2/2 up if they want it. Shadowy Backstreet. Let's start with a Surveil land. Maybe we can put an Archon to the yard. Another Emperor. We don't want that. I'll attack. See if they want to do something here. Oh, no blocks. Okay. Draw another Psychic Frog. Do we play out the Psychic Frog or do we hold up Faithful Mending? So what sucks is that they're going to be able to get a bounce land with this Cave. Because they're going to make a construct, float, and then play Titan. Maybe not next turn. I don't think they can play Titan next turn. I'm going to play another Psychic Frog. We'll see if that's correct or not. Like maybe we should be Faithful Mending because we're going to have Emperor Bones for Archon. Oh, they made another construct. Okay, that's good. Unless they drew the bounce land for turn, then it's not good. But then they still can't cast Prime Time. So maybe they didn't. Oh, they get Vexing Bauble. Okay. So that stops evoking Solitude. They attack for 4. We'll take it. Interesting. We draw Ephemerate. Play Flooded Strand. Crack. Are we hard casting Solitude here, or are we just Faithful Mending? Let's try Faithful Mending. Maybe we can put an Archon to the yard. Tap land. Solitude. 1, 2, 3. Gonna exile. Trying to think if there's anything we can draw that we don't care about to do this way. Because we're gonna attack with both, and I don't think they can kill us, so let's just try it. Faithful Mending. There's the land. So go Bones. We could always... Ah, man. Yeah, I think we just put Bones and Solitude in the graveyard, and then next turn we play Bones, get Solitude, evoke. Yeah, let's try that. Hopefully this isn't bad. Exile, 1, 2, 3. Attack with both. This might be wrong, and then we just die. We're at the skies. Okay, well, alright, that changes things up a little bit. We're at 13. They shouldn't be able to kill us. Grazer. Teleria West. So their hand is 2 Titans. So if we just Wrath X equals 1, they should probably scoop to that. They get in for 8. Down to 5. Draw Swamp. So let's go white, white. We don't have white up for Ephemerate or anything, but it's fine. We can still play Emperor. X equals 1. They should crack this in response. They do. Clear their board. Move to combat. Attack with both. Trigger. All the lands. We did draw the Persist, but nothing to persist back. We'll just play the Emperor out. Really looking for an Archon. We have 3 looks at it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They find Rumble. Rumble finds Shifting Woodland. Or Grazer, but they don't have green mana. They take Shifting Woodland. Come on, Archon. Subtlety. Not the worst. We can Flashback Mending to start. We have so many lands to pitch. Damping Sphere. Pending. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They still don't have double green. So like we could play Damping Sphere. We don't have blue either. Damn, that's so annoying. So we can't Subtlety anything. I mean, we can find it with Frog. So let's play a land. Fetch. Get a Plains. Move to combat. I think this is fine. Do we have to land Damping Sphere right now? Not yet, because they don't have anything. Could be wrong again. Eat Solitude. I just want to clear this so that way Frog has a way to attack, and then we can... Oh, Otawara. That's fine. Okay, same difference, so now we don't have to waste mana. Attack with Frog. I just want to draw a blue card. Oh, there we go, blue card. Now we will play Damping Sphere. And then we'll just hold up Subtlety or Ephemerate. They need another green source still. Oh, we knew about the Shifting Woodland. Alright, we're just going to Subtlety this. Subtlety, pitch Frog. Alright, they put it on the bottom just because they have another one, so this is fine. Another land, ugh. So let's Flashback Mending first. See if we can find an Archon. We're halfway through our deck with no Archons. Wow, still nothing. Damping Sphere, Pending. Cast Thoughtseize. Oh wait, it costs 2 mana. Okay, well let's attack first. We could be pumping these a little bit, I guess. But we're really looking just to discard. There's Riddler. And another Thoughtseize, ugh. Alright, we'll play land, cast Thoughtseize, take the Titan out of their hand. There we go. But they can get another one with Teleria West. And I guess we pass? Oh, they can Shifting Woodland, actually. So maybe we should have Thoughtseized and then Emperored, knowing that they had Shifting Woodland. I'm just, like, totally out of it by now. So what's funny is this only taps for colorless, but it doesn't matter? Oh, they only have 1 green. So they can't actually activate Shifting Woodland because of Damping Sphere. I'm playing like molasses right now because I'm doing other stuff, but this is, could definitely be playing a lot smoother. They actually have 1 green, they have 2 green here, only 1 blue mana. So what we should really be doing is, casting Emperor and eating Subtlety and just holding that up, if they ever draw like top deck something. Looks like they're gonna maybe Urza's Cave, kind of playing a little loose. I mean, they could always just play a tapped Titan. Oh, you know what? There's no ETB on that. Oh no. Alright, so they thought the same thing I did. I don't play this deck, so that's funny. Yeah, I was just like, they could play a tapped. The ETB doesn't really work, but sloppy game, but it's fun. Alright, so that was Esper Reanimator in Modern. I thought the deck looked pretty good. When we weren't stuck on one land, we had a lot of ways to kill our opponent. Between getting the combo finish with Persist and Archon, or just ephemerating Quantum Riddler and Solitude, I felt like the deck got to do a lot of things. Just like all the other Reanimator decks, Psychic Frog is just a beating. Emperor of Bones was definitely MVP. So even if you do run into Graveyard Hate, you have that mid-range plan with Riddler, Solitude, and Psychic Frog. As for the sideboard, I thought it was fine too. Having Consigns are always great, the Damping Sphere came in clutch, Wrath of Skies was good, just all these one-ofs are great, especially when you have Faithful Mending, you're drawing cards that way with Riddler and Psychic Frog. So is this version better or worse than your usual Grixis Persist, or just your Esper Goryo's version? I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. I think all of the decks are doing something very similar, but they have a few key differences here and there which make them better or worse than each other. So in the end, I think it comes down to preference, but we're going to keep testing. We've played all 3 decks here on this channel, and I've loved all of them. So thank you again for watching this Reanimator video. If you want to see more modern content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Peace.